Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Aaron with another YouTube video, and today, yes, I know the quality of the video isn't the greatest, but that's because the main reason for this video is just for me to speak, not so much to capture any other visual behind me, beside me, or anywhere throughout the video. The main purpose is to get you guys to listen to me, and I feel like, there's no point in really filming with the with my camera that I use for rail fanning, even though the resolution is great. And I also want to direct upload this as soon as possible. So, guess you guys are getting the webcam for today. Anyway, so the main purpose of this video, yes, I know it's not the usual train videos, ride-alongs, all that other stuff that this channel is centered around. Today, we're going to be discussing something that's been getting under my skin for, I want to say, 2.5 to 3 weeks now. So, you guys know that plus-size rapper named Dank Demoss, whose real name is Dajua Blanding. She's based in Detroit, Michigan. So she recently caught a little bit of backlash. Most people were against her because of the stance that she took regarding this issue, and a small portion of the crowd seemed to have sided with her. So basically, what happened was there was this video that she posted of a Mercedes. It was her Lyft ride. So she was speaking to the driver. She was saying, "What makes you think I can't fit in this car?" And then the driver's telling her, "Ma'am, trust me, believe me, you won't fit in this car." And it's because at first I was thinking it's kind of outlandish that he's just saying that to her. We don't even know what she looks like. But then a couple weeks ago, a couple days ago, when they started to when the news outlets, social media, everybody started covering the story because Dejua wanted to sue Lyft because of how she felt. It's like she felt like she was less than. She felt that she was being discriminated against because of how this Lyft driver. I keep saying Uber. I don't know why. This Lyft driver he was being respectful. He wasn't saying so much that she was overweight, she won't fit in the car as much. It's more so that he was worried about his car getting screwed up because of her weight. But he didn't directly say, "Miss, you're overweight, you're not going to fit in, you're going to damage my car." He said straight up, "My tires won't be able to the weight wouldn't be, suitable for my tires to handle, and overall this car is not meant to carry a X amount of weight." He wasn't like being direct with her, but he was trying to get his point across. So indirectly direct, if you will, if you want to call it that. So it's just, I don't know, man. When I first saw this, I was thinking to myself, wow, it's really not appropriate for a Lyft driver to say make these types of crass comments towards a potential client. But then when the news outlets, when the social media started covering this whole story, and you could see Dank Demoss, the way she was looking, her appearance, her stature, everything about her, it's like, wow, that Lyft driver definitely made the right call. And I'm not going to shame Dank Demoss for being overweight. That's not who I am. I know in the past I used to make videos about Kid Behind the Camera, Bridget West, and maybe one day I'll make a video about them. But nonetheless, my main issue with Dank Demoss, it's not about her being overweight. Yes, I will be real with you. She is extremely overweight. She is obese, yes. But at the same time, that's not why I was upset with her actions. The main reason why I was, uh, I don't want to say upset, but more so like I was disappointed with her behavior. It's like she had this sense of entitlement. Like, girl, don't you know that a sedan is not meant to carry X amount of weight? There's a reason why there's Uber XL. And she even went on in that video that she shot talking to the Lyft driver that, I don't know why I said Uber XL. I keep saying Uber XL. I'm sorry, guys, because I'm so used to taking Uber. Even though I don't ride Uber on a regular basis, I'm more familiar with Uber than I am with Lyft. I'm sure they have an XL option for Lyft. Nevertheless, Lyft has an XL option. If you're plus size passengers, they have accommodations for plus size passengers. You don't have to inconvenience the driver that is not driving for the plus sized option, because at the end of the day, sedans are not meant to carry that kind of weight. If I'm not mistaken, any type of sedan, there's at least a 600 pound to 800 pound limit. So it's four average sized, we'll say four average sized men. Now, if we have a woman who's 500 pounds sitting on the rear passenger seat, and then what 180 to 200-pound man in the front passenger seat, don't you think the weight would be distributed unevenly throughout the car? You'd have the car would be kind of elevated, elevated on the driver's side, but the passenger side would be descended. I remember reading this one comment on one of the videos pertaining to the Dank Demoss situation where this one girl was talking about how she had her overweight coworker had asked her for rides, and she used to drive this coworker to and from work very frequently. Before she took the coworker, no problems with the car, everything was fine, no issues whatsoever. But as soon as she started taking the coworker, the shocks had to be changed 3 times within 2 years. So I see why the Lyft driver was apprehensive towards taking Dajua in his vehicle. And also option two, while while he didn't have to, the thing that I respect about the Lyft driver was the fact that he actually had the courtesy to tell Dank Demoss, "Excuse me, ma'am, I don't think you'd be able to fit in my car. It's my tires wouldn't be able to handle it." He specifically said why it wouldn't be a good fit for him to have her as his passenger, which I respect because he didn't have to. He can just refuse the ride right then and there. He can. That's his right because at the end of the day, Lyft drivers, they don't supply vehicles to their drivers. They don't supply, yeah, Lyft doesn't supply vehicles to their drivers. Lyft doesn't supply the funds to repair the vehicles. That comes out of the pocket of the drivers. They have to pay to get the car repaired, serviced. Uh, the vehicle itself, they have to pay for. At the end of the day, the Lyft drivers would be at a loss as opposed to the company itself. And as it is, Lyft drivers don't even get to keep a large percentage of their profits. Most of it goes towards Lyft for doing absolutely nothing, while the drivers out there are doing most of the work. So, yeah, Lyft drivers are independent contractors. They can refuse service. They don't even have to explain why, but I appreciate the fact that the driver actually wanted to explain to Dank Demoss, "Excuse me, ma'am, this is probably not the best idea, and I think it would be best if you would, request a Lyft XL." And then you hear Dank Demoss saying, "My friend has a Mercedes that's the same size as this." So, Dejua, why didn't you ask him or her for a ride? Whoever it is, him or her, doesn't matter. Why didn't you ask your friend for a ride? Why did you have to put this Lyft driver, why did you have to put this man in this unfortunate situation that he shouldn't have even been in the first place? Times are tough out there, and as it is, with prices of groceries going up, fuel, every single service that you can think of under the sun, the price is just shooting through the roof. And then you have entitled people or people that behave entitled like Dank Demoss trying to make things difficult for this Lyft driver by suing the company for what emotional distress, discrimination based on weight. And then you have some lawyers saying, "Oh, weight is actually like a protected demographic in the state of Michigan." I don't believe that. I do not believe that. When it comes to certain demographics of individuals, ethnicity you can't help. Religion is something that should, I mean, you can help religion, but it's an aspect that needs to be respected. It needs to be honored, upheld with the most integrity, not just by those who practice it, but by those who are providing the service to it. Just because they don't believe in it, they can't use that as a reason to not take a person of a particular religion in their vehicle. What else is there? Sexual orientation. That's a very big thing too, because nowadays it's like, if you're against LGBTIQ, that's not politically correct. So even then, nevertheless, that's LGBTQI. That's not something that can be helped. But when it comes to weight, 9 out of 10 times it can be helped. And just seeing Dank Demoss, man, getting all of this attention, it's for the wrong reasons too. She recently went on the Breakfast Club and she was discussing with Charlemagne. Oh, I as soon as she walks in and sits in the office chair, "Oh, I can't fit in this chair. Y'all got a bigger chair?" And then they come with like a love seat futon, if you will. Was it a futon? I don't know, but it looked to me more like a couch as opposed to just a chair. She sits down and she's like, "Oh, that's what I'm talking about, the accommodation." This world, and I learned this lesson a long time ago when I was a young teen. The world is not going to accommodate you. Certain things, though, if you have some kind of disability, cerebral palsy, leg issues, any type of, let's say, spinal cord, central nervous system issues, spinal cord issues, all that other stuff, certain types of disabilities you cannot help. Those people 100% should be accommodated, 100%, because those are the types of individuals that they really need those resources. But when it comes to someone like Dank Demoss, certain people really shouldn't need accommodations. The world is not going to accommodate to your needs. That's the thing. And when it comes to Dank Demoss, I'm sure she understood that, but me personally, what I felt is when I saw that video, when I saw how she was behaving on the Breakfast Club, and how she was actually, no, hold on. Before I discuss any further, I don't even know what the hell she was thinking, even joining the Breakfast Club to begin with. You're already turning this into a civil matter by suing Lyft and involving the services of many lawyers. Instead of keeping your mouth shut until after the trial is over, you're hopping on all these news platforms, on these podcasts, and expressing your side of the story. You could have waited until after the trial was over, but no, you wanted to paint yourself like this martyr of a woman to make other individuals feel like, oh, I'm not fat. Everybody else is just fat phobic. There's a reason why there's not too many fat old people. There's a reason why so many people that are overweight are turning towards, being skinny. Hell, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but videos that I've made in the past, I was a little bit plump in the face versus now I'm 30 pounds lighter. Yes, I know part of it is contributed towards my skin condition, which I have mentioned in the past, but the other portion was because I just wanted to be healthy. I didn't want to have, ever since I started losing weight, my cholesterol's low, all these aspects of my health are low. But anyway, the reason why I brought that up is because at the same time, everyone talks about how, oh, you should be more positive towards other bodies. This is the body positivity movement. There's nothing positive about high blood pressure, diabetes, cholesterol, heart disease, or any of those issues. At the end of the day, you're only impacting yourself. If you have there are legitimate health issues out there that impact your health, or that impact your weight, excuse me, that prevent you from losing weight easily, thyroid issues, things like that. But for the most part, weight can be helped. You have to try your best. If you feel like you need help, you should get therapy if you're able to do it. And most importantly, eat healthier, exercise more, all that other stuff. That's that is the true body positivity movement, because not only will you feel I'm not saying starve yourself to death, but not only will you feel better, but you'll look better and you'll feel more refreshed. But anyway, that's enough of the whole weight issue. That's, again, I keep getting off track. I'm very sorry, guys. That's just who I am. I tend to lose my train of thought, go off topic, and it's a problem that I'm working on. But anyway, the my whole issue is that, and oh yeah, this was another thing too that Dank Demoss had mentioned on the Breakfast Club podcast. Besides the whole accommodation BS, she had mentioned that when she goes to the gym, she has like a skinny mind. It's like she imagines herself as a skinny person trying to do certain things at the gym. I don't know how that is, to be fair. Like, it's good to have confidence, but there's a fine line between confidence and delusion. And that, my friend, absolutely is delusion. That's just, I don't know how somebody could bring themselves to even think about that. And the fact that you're saying this nonsense right on the podcast, that could be brought against you. Wait, so she would be the plaintiff, and yeah, I don't know why I was just mumbling right now, guys. I was just trying to think. Yeah, so you're just giving an argument by saying, "Oh, I feel skinny in my head, even though I'm overweight." You're just bringing an argument for the defense to bring against you when you take Lyft's representatives, if you will, to court. So honestly, all she's doing is fighting a losing battle. If I was Dank Demoss, I would have just said, screw it. I would have asked my friend in question who had the same car that I could fit in. I would have asked them for a ride, or I would have just let this matter go and I would have just ordered a Lyft XL, because at the same time, you have to understand. these drivers, they have to pay for maintenance, they have to pay for the vehicle out of their own pocket. Lyft doesn't give a crap what happens to your vehicle. At the end of the day, they're just there to collect their funds, and that's it. They don't care about what happens to your car, your livelihood, or anything like that. So, and times are tough out there. It's just that's just how it is. And as human beings, whether we're skinny, overweight, Christian, Muslim, Indian, white, black, Mexican, whoever, at the end of the day, we're all human beings. We have to work together, try to respect other people of their abilities and their the advantages and the disadvantages that they may have in their lives. Not try to make people's lives harder than they already are. So ultimately, guys, my whole verdict on this issue, that's basically my thoughts on this whole situation. I know it may seem a little bit disorganized, but I'm trying to get back onto making, you know, story time videos versus rants, if you will, back like I used to, because I haven't been able to do so for a while because I've had school, work, and just a whole bunch of scenarios in my life that I had to take care of. So if I'm not the best at this, I'm sorry, but I'm trying to get better because one day I would like to, be a lawyer. And I feel like this is good practice, giving me the confidence to speak, giving me the confidence to articulate thoughts in my mind, organize everything, compile all that information I need to compile, and deliver to you guys. So with that being said, that'll be all, guys. I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my video. I'm sorry that this took a little bit longer than I had anticipated. Also, if it's a little bit disorganized, but I felt like this is something that I need to get out there, and I'm glad I did. So if there are any follow up based on all the events that are transpiring, I'll be more than happy to make a video. But for now, that'll be all. That'll be it for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video with whomever you know. And yeah, thank you for watching. Have a nice day, and I'll see you on the next one.